Have you ever followed your doctor's advice, taken your pills, eaten your fruits, and still felt tired, stiff and foggy every morning? You're not alone. For millions of seniors, mornings become a battle against aching joints, low energy, and a mind that just won't focus. And yet, what if the problem isn't aging, but what you do in the first 30 minutes after waking? I'm 94. I live alone, take zero medications, and still remember every grandkid's birthday. In this video, I'll share the exact 5 morning habits that have kept me healthier and more independent than people half my age. These are simple, science-backed changes you can start tomorrow. Before we begin, I'd love to know, where are you watching from and what time of day is it for you right now? Drop a quick comment below. Even the smallest moment in your day matters to me. And if this content feels helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more. Every morning, long before we reach for our glasses or think about breakfast, our bodies are already in a state of quiet depletion. During the night while we sleep peacefully, we lose nearly 1 liter of water through breathing and perspiration. And yet most older adults wake up and head straight for coffee without realizing that their body is asking for something far more essential. You see, dehydration in seniors isn't just about feeling thirsty. It's about waking up with stiff joints, a foggy mind, or that lingering fatigue that no amount of rest seems to fix. Eleanor, an 82-year-old retired librarian from Ohio, spent years treating her daily dizziness with medications, only to discover the true culprit was something far simpler. Her body was chronically dehydrated every single morning. According to researchers at Johns Hopkins Medicine, even mild dehydration can decrease brain performance by up to 27% in adults over 65. Inflammation markers, those quiet signals of wear and tear within the body, also rise by more than 30% when we're not properly hydrated. And the worst part, most of us don't even realize it's happening. When you wake up, your joints feel stiff, not because you're getting older, but because the synovial fluid, the natural cushion inside your joints, becomes thicker without water. That added friction creates the grinding sensation so many seniors attribute to aging. In reality, it's a mechanical result of dehydration. And your brain, it's like a sponge that shrinks overnight, needing fluid to regain clarity and electrical balance. But the solution is refreshingly simple. Before reaching for coffee, before turning on the news, take a slow, intentional sip of life itself. Prepare a 16-ounce glass of room temperature water the night before and place it beside your bed. Add a small pinch of natural sea salt, not for taste, but to support a process called osmotic balance. This helps your cells absorb water more efficiently. If you'd like, squeeze in a little fresh lemon. It adds flavor and a gentle detoxifying effect without the insulin spike caused by sugar. What matters most is drinking it right after you wake, before introducing anything else into your system. Not after coffee, not during breakfast. First, within just a few days, many seniors report clearer thinking, lighter mornings, and noticeably less joint stiffness. After 2 weeks, digestion begins to improve. Skin once dry or dull appears healthier. You might find that your morning walks become easier, or that you're able to stand from a chair with less effort. These are not miracles. They're simply the body responding to what it has always needed, but so often goes without. Eleanor began this habit at age 82. Now at 84, she says her headaches are gone, her balance has improved, and she feels more awake than she did a decade ago. For her, it wasn't a complicated prescription. It was a glass of warm water and a little consistency. What makes this habit powerful isn't just the water. It's the message it sends to your body first thing each day: I'm here. I'm listening. I want to care for you. That act of care ripples throughout your system, restoring hydration to your brain, nourishing your joints, waking up your metabolism, and giving your heart an easier job. If you've struggled with foggy mornings, slow digestion, or unexplained aches, I invite you to try this tomorrow. It takes less than 1 minute. Yet it could change how you experience your entire day. Start small, just 1 glass, just one morning, and then let your body do the rest. We often look for complicated solutions to simple problems. But sometimes the most powerful medicine is the one that costs nothing, fits in a glass, and waits quietly beside your bed. Take this moment to pause, breathe, and think about how you'll greet your body tomorrow. Because hydration isn't a chore, it's an act of respect. Some mornings it's not the lack of sleep that leaves you groggy. It's the silent absence of something your body craves even more than coffee sunlight. As we grow older, our connection to natural light begins to fade, especially if we spend more time indoors. But here's something most seniors don't realize. Missing morning sunlight can quietly disrupt nearly every major system in your body. From the quality of your sleep to the stability of your mood to how well your digestive system functions, everything begins with light. Not just any light, but the early natural light that arrives in the first hour after sunrise. You see, the human body runs on a rhythm, a 24-hour internal clock called the circadian rhythm. And every morning that clock waits for a signal to reset itself. That signal is not food, it's not movement. It's light, specifically the blue spectrum light found in the early morning sun. When that light reaches specialized receptors in your eyes called melanopsin receptors, it sends a direct message to your brain. Wake up. Align. Balance. This message tells your body to stop producing melatonin, the hormone that keeps you sleepy, and start producing serotonin, the one that lifts your mood. According to Stanford and University of Colorado studies, morning sunlight can boost serotonin by up to 42% in older adults. That's why seniors who regularly expose themselves to morning light often report better sleep, more stable moods, and even improved digestion. Yes, your gut also runs on a clock, and that clock is set by light. Let me tell you about Robert. At 78, he struggled with years of poor sleep, often relying on over-the-counter pills just to get through the night. Every afternoon, he took a walk, believing fresh air was enough. But it wasn't until he shifted that walk to 8 a.m. under the morning sky that things began to change. Within 1 week, he noticed he fell asleep faster. Within 2 weeks, he no longer needed the pills. And within a month, his mood and digestion had improved so much that even his doctor was surprised. All from one simple change, getting light at the right time of day. So how do you do this safely and effectively? Step outside within 30 minutes of waking up if possible. Aim for at least 10 to 15 minutes of direct morning light, ideally without glasses or sunglasses. That's because most lenses, even clear ones, block the specific wavelengths your body needs for circadian reset. The light must reach your eyes, not just your skin, to activate the brain's master clock. If you live in a region with harsh winters or limited morning sun, consider a light therapy box. These medical-grade devices simulate morning light and can be placed near your breakfast table or reading chair. Though not as strong as natural sunlight, they're a valuable alternative when nature hides behind clouds. Some people worry about skin damage, but remember, morning light is gentler than midday sun. You're not tanning or sunbathing. You're simply giving your brain the wake-up call it needs to function properly. This small daily ritual can help regulate over 150 bodily processes, from hormone release to blood pressure control. It's not just about waking up. It's about how you age. And when your internal rhythm is stable, everything feels easier. Sleeping, eating, focusing, even just being. You don't need to change your whole life. You only need to change the way you greet the day. 10 minutes of morning sunlight. No pills, no side effects, just light. And when you begin to notice the difference in how well you sleep, how steady your mood feels, how calm your mornings become, you'll know. You've given your body the rhythm it was always waiting for. A rhythm that says, you're still here, you still matter, and you're still in sync with life. So tomorrow, open the blinds. Step outside. Let the light in, not just into your home, but into your cells, your thoughts, and your spirit. Because healing isn't always about doing more. Sometimes it's about doing less, but doing it with intention. Each morning as the world slowly wakes, your brain is already making quiet decisions. It's deciding how sharp your memory will be today, how clearly you'll speak, how quickly you'll recall names, appointments, or even why you walked into the kitchen. And yet most people let these first few minutes slip by in silence, scrolling, staring, or simply drifting from sleep into routine. But here's something most seniors don't know. You lose nearly 30,000 neural connections every morning if you don't use your brain intentionally right after waking. These connections, like tiny bridges between brain cells, are strongest in the early hours, right as you're waking up. That's when your brain produces BDNF, or brain-derived neurotrophic factor, often called miracle grow for brain cells. BDNF helps your brain stay adaptable, young and resilient, no matter your age. It peaks just after waking, then declines gradually over the day. If you don't activate your brain during that peak window, the opportunity fades and your mental sharpness slowly dulls without warning. Margaret, 86, understood this better than most. After hip surgery, she couldn't walk for 6 weeks and her physical therapy was put on hold. But she refused to let her mind sit still. Every morning, even from her hospital bed, she followed a 4-minute brain routine. And while her body healed, her memory focus and confidence never wavered. She later told her daughter, "I may not be able to stand up right now, but my brain can still run." And it did. This 4-minute habit is called the 444 routine. It's simple, it's quick, and it's incredibly effective, especially for seniors. Here's how it works. In your first few minutes of being awake, you do 4 short brain exercises. First, solve one simple math problem, just enough to wake up your reasoning center. Next, recall one specific memory in vivid detail, your childhood home, a past vacation, or your first car. Then learn 4 new words, write them down, say them aloud, or picture them in your mind. Finally, visualize your day. Imagine what you'll do, who you'll talk to, and how you want to feel. That's it. Just 4 minutes. But these small actions light up multiple regions of your brain at once: logic, memory, language, and planning. It's like doing a full-body stretch, but for your mind. The beauty of this habit lies in how it fits into your day. You don't need a fancy app or workbook, just a notepad, a pen, or even a quiet moment in your favorite chair. Some seniors keep a brain corner on their kitchen table, a little reminder to begin each day with intention. After just a few days, many report feeling more alert, quicker to find their words, and less forgetful. After a few weeks, they notice stronger recall, sharper focus, and a sense of confidence they hadn't felt in years. And over time, something remarkable happens. Your brain begins to build cognitive reserve, a sort of mental savings account that helps protect against memory decline. Even if age or illness tries to slow you down, this reserve gives your brain the strength to adapt, reroute, and stay sharp. It's not about being perfect. It's about staying active mentally and emotionally, because the mind, just like the body, needs movement to stay alive. And that movement starts with just 4 minutes. So tomorrow morning, before breakfast, before the news, before anyone else needs your attention, give yourself this gift. A few quiet minutes, a little math, a short memory, 4 new words, a vision for your day. You might be surprised by how clear everything feels afterward. Your thoughts might come faster, your mood might feel lighter, and your confidence, especially in conversations or small decisions, might quietly return. Because when your brain feels strong, you feel strong. And strength at any age starts with how you begin the day. This habit costs nothing, but the return is priceless. A clear mind, a stable memory, and the quiet pride of knowing you've done something good for yourself and for the people who still count on you every day. Let this be your morning anchor. Just 4 minutes, just you and your brain, and a gentle reminder that no matter your age, your mind is still capable of growing, healing, and surprising you. Some mornings getting out of bed can feel like lifting a heavy weight you didn't know you were carrying. Your knees feel stiff, your back feels tight, and every movement seems to ask for permission from your joints. Many seniors assume this discomfort is just a part of getting older, but what if it's actually the result of doing the wrong kind of movement? Not moving too little, but moving the wrong way at the wrong time. For years, exercise guides have recommended morning stretches like toe touches, deep forward, bends, or neck rolls. But these routines, often designed for younger bodies, can quietly cause harm in people over 70. According to the Mayo Clinic, outdated stretches can increase joint inflammation by as much as 31% in older adults. That means more pain, more instability, and a greater risk of falls just from starting your day with the wrong routine. Why does this happen? As we age, our connective tissues like tendons, cartilage, and joint linings become drier, thinner, and more vulnerable to strain. They need gentle warming and gradual activation, not abrupt twists or deep stretches. And that's where smart movement comes in, designed not just to be safe, but deeply beneficial. Let me tell you about Thomas. He's 85 now, and for years he used a walker, especially in the mornings when his legs felt heavy and unsteady. He had been faithfully doing the same stretches he learned in his 50s, bending, twisting, and pushing through the discomfort. It wasn't until his physical therapist suggested a new approach, something softer but smarter, that things changed. Within 2 weeks of switching to a 7-minute mobility routine, Thomas no longer needed his walker just to reach the kitchen. This routine is called the inside-out mobility sequence. It's designed to awaken your body in stages starting from the core and working gently outward, respecting how your body now responds to movement. It takes just 7 minutes. No equipment, no floor mats, no jumping, just gentle, thoughtful motion. You begin with seated shoulder rolls. Sit comfortably in a chair, relax your arms by your sides, and begin making small circles with your shoulders. Slowly increase the size of the circles for about 30 seconds. This gets blood flowing to your neck, shoulders, and upper spine areas that often feel tense after sleep. Next, move to seated marching. While still sitting, alternate, lifting your knees one at a time for about 1 minute. This activates your core and hip muscles and gently increases circulation to the lower body. It also helps improve balance and coordination, two things we often take for granted until we lose them. Then transition to doorway chest openers. Stand in a doorway. Place your hands at shoulder height on each side and gently lean forward for 30 seconds. This counteracts the hunched posture that tends to develop from sitting or sleeping curled up. It opens the chest, stretches the shoulders, and supports easier breathing and digestion. Now we move to supported squats. Hold onto the back of a sturdy chair or a countertop. Bend your knees slightly and lower your body just a few inches, then return to standing. Do this slowly for about 1 minute. This motion strengthens the thighs and glutes, the largest muscles in your body, and helps with stair climbing and standing from chairs. Finally, complete the sequence with ankle circles. While seated, extend one leg in front of you and slowly rotate the ankle clockwise, then counterclockwise for 30 seconds. Switch legs and repeat. This improves ankle mobility, which is essential for safe walking and fall prevention. Altogether, this sequence gently warms your muscles, lubricates your joints, and boosts circulation from head to toe. And unlike forceful stretching, it's based on how aging bodies actually function, not how they did 30 years ago. Most people begin feeling results in the first few days. Less stiffness, more stability, a sense of ease when bending, reaching, or stepping into the shower. After 2 weeks, many notice they can move more confidently, getting in and out of the car without hesitation, or standing from a couch without gripping the armrest. And more importantly, they feel safer in their own bodies. Because movement, when done right, doesn't just reduce pain, it restores trust. Trust in your balance. Trust in your strength. Trust that your body can still carry you through the day. So tomorrow morning, skip the old stretches that no longer serve you. Try this gentle 7-minute routine. Let your body wake up from the inside out. Because the way you move in the first 30 minutes can shape the next 12 hours, and that in turn shapes your independence one day at a time. There's a quiet but powerful truth that many seniors never hear. When you eat, your protein matters just as much as how much you eat. And for most people over 65, the timing is all wrong. They eat toast for breakfast, a light lunch, and then load up on protein at dinner long after the body has missed its window to use it well. You see, after the age of 60, the body begins to develop something called anabolic resistance. That means your muscles no longer respond to protein the way they did when you were younger. It takes more effort, more precision, and most importantly, better timing to preserve muscle strength. When you delay protein until the evening, your body loses its best chance to rebuild what it naturally breaks down during sleep and inactivity. Barbara, 91 years old and once too weak to carry her groceries, learned this the hard way. Her breakfast was simple coffee, fruit, maybe a slice of bread. For 2 years, her arms grew weaker, her legs lost power, and even standing for too long felt like a challenge. Doctors blamed aging. But a nutritionist saw something different: missed opportunity right at the start of her day. With one small change, Barbara began eating 25 to 30 grams of protein within 30 minutes of her morning mobility routine. That's when the body is most primed to absorb amino acids and turn them into muscle repair. Not in the evening, not hours later, but in the calm, quiet moments right after you've moved your body and woken up your blood flow. She swapped toast for 2 eggs with a spoon of cottage cheese. Other mornings, she blended a Greek yogurt smoothie with protein powder and a little collagen. Within 1 week, she noticed she had more energy in the mornings. Within a month, she felt stronger, carrying laundry, climbing stairs, and reaching into cupboards without fear of falling. This isn't just anecdote, it's science. The Tufts University Human Nutrition Center on Aging found that protein consumed early in the day increases muscle synthesis significantly more than the same amount eaten at night. The body wakes up in a catabolic state, breaking down muscle from the overnight fast. By giving it protein right after light activity, you flip that switch from breakdown to rebuild. But there's one more key: avoid pairing that morning protein with high glycemic carbs like white bread or sweet fruit. Those cause an insulin spike, which can blunt your body's ability to use the protein effectively. Instead, focus on clean combinations: protein with healthy fat, maybe a little fiber, and simple, easy-to-digest ingredients. A good example: 2 scrambled eggs with spinach and avocado, or a plain Greek yogurt with a scoop of whey protein and a few almonds, or perhaps a smoothie made with unsweetened almond milk, protein powder, and a tablespoon of collagen, gentle on digestion, powerful for repair. By making this one shift, you tell your body, I am not going to wait until I'm tired to give you strength. I'll start your day with what you need most. In the first few days, you may feel a bit fuller in the morning, but that's a good thing. You're feeding your cells, your joints, and your muscles. After a week, you'll likely notice improved energy through the late morning hours. After a month, your grip strength may improve. You might feel less fatigue while doing chores, and your confidence in your physical ability could quietly grow. Protein isn't just fuel, it's protection. Protection from falls, from frailty, from that slow fading of strength that so many assume is just normal aging. But there is nothing normal about giving up your independence, especially when something this small can help you hold on to it. So tomorrow, when you finish your morning movement and walk into the kitchen, remember this: you are not just feeding your hunger, you are rebuilding your body. And your body, even at 70 or 90, is still listening. It's still repairing. It's still capable. Give it what it needs when it needs it most, not later, not tomorrow, but right after you rise. Because strength doesn't just happen in the gym. For seniors, real strength starts in the first hour of the morning with a fork of habit and a quiet promise to yourself. So as we come to the end of this video, I hope you've seen one simple truth. It's not medication or miracles that keep us strong. It's the quiet, consistent habits we choose each morning that make the biggest difference. Just a glass of water, a few minutes of light, a gentle stretch, a thoughtful meal. These aren't big changes, but they carry us further than we imagine. I started these habits at 70. You can begin at 60, 75, or even tomorrow morning. It's never too late to give your body what it truly needs. And the moment you start, your body begins to thank you, one clear thought, one strong step, one peaceful breath at a time. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these morning habits have you already tried? Or simply leave the word hope in the comments if you're ready to begin again with care, with kindness, and with strength. And if this video brought you clarity or comfort, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Turn on the little bell so you don't miss the next small step toward a healthier, more independent life. And if you have a friend or loved one who could use this gentle reminder, please share this with them too. Until next time, may your mornings be calm, your hands steady, and your smile full of quiet confidence. You're not alone. We're walking this path together, one peaceful morning at a time.